significant. That zeros between the non-zero digits are again significant. For the decimal value which is lesser than 1, just before all the zeros in before the non-zero value are non-significant figures. First non-zero value will be there, before that zeros are there, nothing but all are non-significant. And also terminating zeros for the integers are not significant. Terminating zeros for the decimal values are significant. And after that, whenever you are raising the power for the 10, at that time it will not affect the significant figures. And also whenever you change the system of units from SI to CGS you are changing, otherwise in millimeters also you are changing also, then what it will not affect the number of significant figures. That is about the basic rules of the significant figures we have taken. After that we have seen the rounding off. We have to round off nothing but you have to take the last number to be dropped. If that number is less than 5, then what you have to do? You have to drop it and then leave the number as it is. If it is more than 5, then what you have to do? You have to add the preceding digit by 1, then drop it. If the last number is exactly 5, then you have to observe the preceding digit. If it is even, then leave it as it is. If it is odd, means what you have to do? You have to do plus 1. If it is 0, means what you have to do? You have to apply the same rule for the even only. And also you have to round off for the number of significant figures whatever they asked. Until then you have to do each and every step again and again. So you have to repeat the steps, by the way. That is about the round off we have discussed, and also after that we have discussed the rules for the addition, subtraction and then multiplication, division for the significant figures. In addition of significant figures, we have taken, first of all, you have to observe the number of correct significant figures in all the numbers. After the decimal, otherwise entire number, just after the decimal. For the addition and then subtraction, you have to observe the numbers from the decimal point only. Yenamma Pavitra? Yen tagambandide? Hogta idva? Very bad girl. Very bad. Ella mahilarige neevu avamana madista idivi nodu. Yes, boys are very good. So here, let her go. She is not from our group. Let her go. You are not in the group of good girls. Bad girl. Go bad girl, fast. Illandre ellaru bad agtare ಮತ್ತೆ. Happy Sankranti, by the way. So here in the mathematical operations for the significant figures, for the addition and then subtraction, you have to mainly observe the number of significant figures from where? From the decimal point only, for addition or subtraction. From decimal point you have to observe, you have to count the significant figures after the decimal point. Whichever is having less number of significant figures, that you have to take as what? N. The remaining number should have how many? N or N plus 1. If it is not there, nothing but you have to round off for N plus 1 values. Then do the operation. After that you will get the result. In that result also you have to count. What happened? Anything wrong? Nothing, right? So here in that result also you have to count the number of significant figures after the decimal point. Then what will get? Nothing but in that again more number of significant figures are there, nothing but you have to round up for how many? Only N values. That is about the addition and then subtraction. Next, multiplication and then division we were having. In that multiplication and division you have to count which numbers? Entire number of significant figures. In that select the least one, take it as N, do the operation, and the remaining should have how many? N plus 1 or N digits, and then do the multiplication or division operation, get the final value. In that final result what you have to do? Again you have to round up for how many? N significant figures for the entire total number. That is about the division and then multiplication we have discussed yesterday. Now today errors, purely errors we will discuss, and before that one concept is there, accuracy. What do you mean by accuracy? Errors we entered already. Accuracy. What do you mean by accuracy? Accurate. The exact number, right? So nothing but we can say accuracy, nothing but the closeness of the number for the measured value to the true value. For example, any length of any rod is 10 centimeter is there, nothing but if I am measuring it and then I am getting it as 9.9 centimeters. So this is accurate value. For example, if I got one more number as 9.5 centimeters, 9.2 centimeters, like that. So which is accurate among this? 9.9 is accurate. Why? Because this is close to the true value. This is a true value close to the true value. So that number we call as what? Accuracy. Accuracy nothing but the closest value for the mean value, otherwise closest value for the true value. True value and then mean value both are same. We can understand in the next concepts. So the closest value for the true value is known as the accurate value. Accuracy nothing but the degree of closeness of the measured value for the true value. That is called as accuracy. Next one is precision. Precise we say. What is the precision? Nothing but precision nothing but the last number which a measurement can do. Nothing but, for example, if I take the scale, normal centimeter scale, whichever you have, 15 centimeter scale, from that how much I can measure? Least number. Least number 1 millimeter, not 1 centimeter. Small line will be there, no? That small line indicates that 1 millimeter. That is the precision of that scale. Okay. For example, if I take a meter tape, Tyler's tape will be there, no? In that millimeters will not be there. Centimeter will be there. The least number I can count in that is 1 centimeter. So that is the precision of that meter tape. So in the same way, precision nothing but here the minimum number I can measure with the measurement, whatever the instrument I have taken. The least measurement I can make with the instrument is known as the precision. Accuracy nothing but what? The closeness of the measured value to the true value. That is accuracy. Precision nothing but the least measurement which we can make from the instrument is known as the precision of that instrument. For example, if we take normal our clock, wall clock, in that minimum which we can see, minimum, we can see 1 second also, whenever it is ticking 1 second also we can see. So that the precision of that clock is how much? Nothing but 1 second. You can take normal this one, in this watch we cannot see that much. For example, for some of the watches, second hand will not be there, only minute hand and then hour hand will be there. For that, what is the precision? Nothing but 1 minute is the precision. Clear? You understand, right? What is the precision? Nothing but the least value which I can measure with that instrument is known as the precision. Accuracy nothing but the closeness of the measured value with the true value is known as the accuracy. In these errors, we will have two types of errors mainly. One is systematic errors, another is random errors. Systematic errors nothing but, which already we know the reasons for the systematic errors. Systematic errors nothing but the reasons we can understand. For what purpose we got the error. Error means what, first of all? Error means what? Error means mistake, yes. Mistake only, that is difference between the measured value and then true value is known as the error. For example, true value is 10 centimeter and then I am measuring it as 9.9 nothing but I am having some error here. How much that is? 0.1 centimeter. That is a error in this. So error nothing but the difference between the true value and measured value is known as error. In that errors there are two types. First of all, systematic errors and then random errors. So systematic errors nothing but we can get to know the reason for the error. How we got the error we can get to know. That will be in how many types nothing but and then we can correct it easily. Whenever systematic errors are there nothing but we can correct it easily. First one is due to the instrumental error. Due to the instrument we will get the error. Due to the environment also we will get the error. And also next one is observational error. Okay. So systematic errors nothing but we can get to know the reason why we got the error. In that first type is instrumental error. Some of the instruments will be there whenever we use for the longer time. For example, if we take the plastic scale, plastic centimeter scale, if I take 30 centimeter scale, long scale will be there, no? If I use for the number of years, then what happens? Nothing but first numbers will go. Correct? It will cut off. So that is due to the instrument error only. And also manufacture defect also will be there. One scale, for example, if you take the metal scales, all the metal scales will not give the correct value, exact value. So that metal scales will be due to the manufacturing defect also. So this is about the instrumental errors. Next, environmental errors. What do you mean by environmental errors? Due to the temperature or pressure or air. For example, if we are doing simple pendulum experiment, at that time what happens? Nothing but due to the temperature, then what happens? Bob size will changes. Bob radius will changes if high temperature is there means. Otherwise air resistance is there, nothing but time period will get affected. Whenever you are doing the experiment outside At that time what happens? Due to the air, time period will get affected. So that is about the environment change. Humidity, pressure, temperature, air, everything will affect the measurements. That is about the environmental errors. Then observational errors. For example, any person is having, who is doing the practicals and then he is having sight means, then what you will do? Wrong, he will note the wrong values, right? So you have to wear booth kannadi at that time. So whenever we wear that, and then we will get the correct values. So that is also due to the observational errors. Everything already we know the story, and then I am teaching unnecessarily here. So these all can be corrected. How they can be corrected? Nothing but you have to use the proper instrument. You have to do that in the vacuum, otherwise in the closed room. And then observational errors, nothing but you have to wear the booth kannadi here. Correct? So these are the systematic errors, which already you know the reason. Somehow in this 3 reasons, some one reason should be the reason for the error we got, and then we can correct it easily. Next one is random errors. Random errors, nothing but the errors will get for the unknown reasons. Randomly will get errors, unknowingly. We got the same correct instrument and then correct observations, and then in the closed room only we are doing the experiment, but somehow we will get the errors. So to correct it, what we have to do? Nothing but we have to take the average value of the total value. Whatever the total measurements will get, whenever you take the average value, at that time we can get exact number, exact value. For example, I got these 3 measurements here. My true measurement is how much here? 10 centimeter. I got 3 measurements here. So whenever I take the average value here, 9.9 plus 9.5 plus 9.2, then 7, 9, 16, 27, 28.6. That divided by how many numbers are there? 3 numbers. So that 28.6 by 3, nothing but how much will you get here? 9.16, nothing but 5 will get, na? This is the, almost this is the accurate value. Okay. So among 3 values, we are measuring here. I have taken longer distance numbers here. 9.2, nothing but it is very high error is there here. Let me take it is 9.8, and then this one is 9.7. Then at that time 9.9, 9.8, 9.7, nothing but 8, 7, 15, 15, 9, how much? 24, and then 27, and then 29.4. That divided by 3. Then what will get? Almost 10, right? Approximately. How much will get? 9 and then 8, I think 9.8. Correct, that is the value you will get. So that random errors, nothing but unknowingly we got the errors here. How to reduce that errors? Nothing but you have to find out what? Mean value. Here how we can do the correction? Nothing but by just replacing the instrument, otherwise by just closing the room, and also by just making the proper observations. That like that we can make the corrections in this error, systematic errors. But in the random error, how to reduce the random error? Nothing but you have to just find the average value among the observed observations. So that you have to take the average value. This is about the random errors. Next one is gross errors will be there. Gross error is nothing but just due to the wrong notation of the measurements. Whenever you are note downing all the values and then you are making any mistake in that observation, we have done correctly everything, and also we have done the experiment properly with the proper instrument only. But whenever you are noting the values, at that time you are just making the instrument, instead of writing first value, you are writing it as a last. At that time it will be under the gross errors. Okay, just get to know the meanings, that's it. Those are not necessary, by the way. So here systematic errors, nothing but due to the known reasons. In the 3 types are there: instrumental, environmental, and then observational. We can reduce this one easily by just replacing the instruments, and also by just doing the experiment in the closed environment, and also by making the proper observations. This one we can reduce, that is how. Then next one is random errors. Random errors occurs due to the unknown reasons. We can reduce, how we can reduce this one? By taking the average values among the taken values. So that you have to take the average value. That is how we can reduce the random errors. Next one is gross errors. Gross errors is nothing but that is due to the wrong notation of the values. That is known as a gross error. Clear, right? Write everything. First of all, accuracy. Errors. Accuracy. Nitish, nidde barta ida? Accuracy. The closeness of closeness of measured value with respect to the true value, closeness of measured value with respect to the true value. ಅದೇ ಟೈ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಕಲೇಶ್, ಟೈ ಇಟ್ with respect to the true value is known as accuracy. Is known as accuracy. Next is precision. Precision. The minimum value that can be measured with the instrument is known as precision. Example, 1 millimeter is the precision for 1 millimeter is the precision for the centimeter scale. 1 millimeter is the precision for the centimeter scale. Next one is error. Difference between true value and measured value. Difference between true value and measured value. Write the formula. Error is equals to true value minus measured value. Error is equals to true value minus measured value. Types of errors. Systematic errors. Known reasons. Known reasons. Arises due to known reasons. Can be reduced by replacing the instruments and doing the experiment in the proper environment and by avoiding observational mistakes. First one in that, instrumental. Due to manufacturing defect of the instrument. Next one, environmental. Due to change in the temperature, pressure, humidity, air resistance, etc. Next one is observational. Third one, observational. Carelessness. Carelessness while doing the experiments. While doing the experiments. Like you people. Like that, like we people, like that. Next one is random errors. Random errors. Random errors. ಏನು ವರುಣ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಏನೋ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಪ್ರಮೋದ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ, ನೀವೇನೋ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್. ಈ ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರಂದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ರೇ ಅನ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅವರು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ ಪ್ರಮೋದ್? ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅನ್ನೋನ್ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್. Due to unknown reasons, can be avoided by taking the average value of all the readings. Next one is gross errors. Gross errors will occur due to what is that? Gross errors for the wrong readings, no? Due to wrong readings, due to registering the wrong readings. Notations, noting wrong readings, anything you can write. See, notes is important, what you are understanding is important. Finished? So here accuracy nothing but what I said, the closeness of measured value for the true value. Precision nothing but what? The minimum value that can be measured by using the instrument. Next one is error nothing but the difference between the true value and measured value. In that different types are there. First one is systematic error. Systematic errors will occur due to the known reasons, and also we can avoid by taking care of all the instruments, environmental errors and then observational errors. Instrument errors will come because of manufacturing defects and also continuous use of the instruments. Next one is environmental errors due to the temperature change, due to the wind, humidity, pressure, that will also affect the measurements there. Next one is observational errors. While observing, whenever you are taking the wrong readings, otherwise you are observing the wrong values, at that time this one observational errors will come. All we can just avoid by taking care of the instruments, environment and then observations. Next one is random errors. Random errors will occur due to the unknown reasons. There are no reasons for that, unknown reasons, somehow randomly it will come. How to avoid it? How to avoid the random reasons? We have to take the average values of the total readings you have to take. That is because of the random reasons you can avoid like that. And then next one is gross errors. Whenever you are noting the wrong values, wrong readings, then gross errors will come, so that you have to take care about the observations, everything, then we can avoid the gross errors. This is about the types of errors. Next one is propagation of errors. Propagation of errors. In that first one, absolute error. Absolute error. So what is the meaning of absolute error? Nothing but the difference between the mean value and then observed value. Whatever the mean value, nothing but what will it take? Average only, right? the difference between the mean value, average value and then observed value. Here average value is how much we got, 9.8 is the average value we got. And now whenever I am doing the experiment at that time, I am getting it as first experiment at that time what we got the answer as 9.9. So that here how much is their average value? 9.8. How much error is there for us? 0.1. That is the absolute. Yeah, minus and then plus. Error is error only. That might be above the value, otherwise below the value. Error is error only, right? If you are coming whatever, if you are doing wrongly, otherwise you are just not read everything and then anything error is error only. Whatever the reason might be, it might be above the value, otherwise below the value. You should get the exact value. Above or below will be wrong. So that is the error. No need to take any minus, no need to take any plus. Always it will be plus only. Error will be added. I said this one I think. Error will be always added only. You cannot subtract the error. You cannot remove the error. If you are doing the experiment again at that time you are doing correctly. But you cannot say that I did not do wrongly. Error is error only. That is already done. So here this one absolute error nothing but the difference between the mean value and then observed value. How much error is there here? 0.1 is there. Second observation we got how much value? 9.7. Here average value is how much? 9.8. How much error again? 0.1 is the error. Again the difference between the mean value and then observed value. Mean value is how much here? 9.8. Observed value is how much? 9.8. Is there any error in that? There is no absolute error. Error is there of course, but there is no absolute error. Absolute error nothing but the difference between the absolute error, that is we call it as delta x. Delta x is nothing but the difference between the observed value and then mean value. You have to take the magnitude for this, always it will be positive. Delta x is the absolute error here for any observation. For example, I am observing ith time, ith observation, otherwise first observation, anything you can take. For the first observation I want to get the first absolute error nothing but what you have to take? You have to take the difference between the mean value and then observed value. So for example, I am doing the experiment for the first time, we got the reading for as x1. So I want to find out the absolute error for the first experiment. What we can do? Delta x1 is equals to what I can write? Delta x1 is equals to what I can write? x1 minus x mean. Always x mean is the mean value. You have to take the difference between the observation and mean value. So that what I can say here? x1 minus x mean. That is about the first experiment. Whenever I do the experiment for the second time, I got the reading as x2. At that time absolute error in that is how much? Modulus of x2 is equals to x2 minus x mean. Then for the third time delta x3 is equals to x3 minus x mean. Like that, ith observation xi minus x mean. So absolute error nothing but you have to take the difference between the observed value and mean value. That will be always modulus, positive only. So only I put here modulus here. So you just before you people said that this is 9.8 we got x mean. This one is how much? 9.9. So what he said? Minus 0.1 we will get. Minus 0.1 modulus. Always it will be positive only. Clear? So that is about the absolute error. Right, that absolute error. The difference between absolute error delta x. The difference between the mean value and observed value. Mean value and observed value. Write that formulas. For the ith observation, write that modulus of delta xi. Finished? So what is the absolute error I said? The difference between the observed value and then mean value. Next one is mean absolute error. Whatever the absolute errors we got, for that what you have to do? Average you have to do. That's it, you will get the answer there. So that mean absolute error nothing but the average value of all the absolute errors. The average value of all the absolute errors nothing but what will get here? Delta x means what will get? Delta x1 plus delta x2 and so on delta xn, if n observations are there, that divided by what will get? N. So all the values are modulus, by the way. Clear, you understand, right? Mean absolute nothing but you have to do the mean value for the absolute errors. So those absolute errors we are having delta x1, delta x2, delta x3 and so on like this. So that is known as the mean absolute error. Mean absolute error. Right, that mean absolute error. The mean value of all the absolute errors. Mean value of all the absolute errors. Write the formula delta x mean. Write the formula. From here all are important, very very important concepts. Compulsory error question will be there. So that is about the mean absolute error. And next one is, first of all, how to write the error. Any number you are noting nothing but, for example, in generally we will not consider any error, but always there will be error in the measurement. So how to write the measurement nothing but, for example, I have observed some value that is x. How to write that value of x means, value of x with respect to the errors means, what you have to do here? X mean plus or minus delta x mean. X mean, you might be seeing that a plus or minus delta a, b plus or minus delta b, like that. So this plus or minus indicates what? Nothing but the mean absolute error. This x mean nothing but the mean value of the all the measurements. Not only one value I am talking about here, number of values, number of times I have done the experiment. So that mean value of that experiment is how much? Nothing but x mean. And also here delta x mean nothing but you are finding the mean absolute error. So whenever I have taken the mean value of all the experiments, how much we got just before? 9.8 plus or minus the delta x mean means that might be 0.1, like that, above or 0.1, below the 9.8. All the experiments are 0.1 above or 0.1 below the whatever the mean value we got. That is what I am noting here. We got the readings, how much that is? 9.9, 9.7 and 9.8. This is what now I have taken the readings. So 9.9 is just above 0.1. For this 9.8 just above 0.1 value. 9.7 is just below, and then 9 point is exactly. So that here I am saying that as my true value is 9.8, but whatever I measured all will be either 0.1 above or 0.1 below for that value. That is how you have to note any value. To note any value here, value of x is equals to x mean plus or minus delta x mean. X mean means what? The average value of all the experiment, all the measurements. Delta x means what? Delta x means mean absolute error. How much error is possible? If you are doing with my instrument whatever I have done, for example, you are measuring the length of the rod, at that time you can get either 9.8 as the value, otherwise 9.7, otherwise 9.9. That is how you can get, so that you can do the experiment, there is no problem. Like that we are indicating to the other person. So this is how you have to note the value, that is x is equals to x mean plus or minus delta x mean. Nothing but you might be seen in the some of the problems, that is a is equals to a plus or minus delta a, b is equals to b plus or minus delta b, like this. Correct? That is how you have to note the number, any number. So in that, after that we will get one more concept that is known as relative error. Relative error. What is the meaning of relative error? Any idea about that? Relative error? The ratio of delta x mean to the x mean. Okay, the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value is known as the relative error. Relative error is equals to what I can say, delta x mean, that divided by what is that I have to take, x mean. That is what the relative error, nothing but. For this relative error only, we will get one more concept that is known as percentage error. The percentage error is nothing but here delta x mean by x mean, percentage I want to get nothing but what you have to do here, delta x mean by x mean into what you have to do, 100. That is about the percentage error. These two are very, very important. Okay. So, relative error nothing but the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value. Percentage error nothing but what you have to do, you have to just multiply with 100 for the which error, relative error. Whenever you multiply 100 with the relative error, at that time what you are giving it as a percentage error. So, mainly first of all absolute error. Absolute error nothing but what, the difference between the observed value and then mean value, that is about the absolute error. Mean absolute nothing but what, you have to take the average of all these absolute errors is the mean absolute error. After that we will get the how to notate any value nothing but that is x is equals to x mean plus or minus delta x mean you have to give. Okay, always a plus or minus delta a, b plus or minus delta b, like that. So, in that relative error will be there. What is the relative error nothing but the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value, and also relative percentage error nothing but what you have to do, relative error into 100, that is it. That is about the percentage error. You got clarity about this, right? Yes, copy that. Absolute error finished, huh? Mean absolute also finished, right? Next one, note point. To notate any value, of a number, is like that x is equals to x mean plus or minus delta ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ x ಅಂದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, x is equals to x mean plus or minus delta x mean, plus or minus delta x mean, plus nothing but that might be this 0.1 might be for this above, minus nothing but it might be below, that is what we are denoting there. Next one is relative error, important. Relative error, the ratio of mean absolute error, to the mean value, right? The formula relative error is equals to relative error of x is equals to delta x mean by x mean, Next one is percentage error, write the formula directly. ಏನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಿಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕಾ, ಹಾಟ್ ವಾಟ್ರಾ ಯಾರಿಗೆ, ನಿಮಗೇನಾ?